I know that we have to challenge each other as coaches and challenge each other as players to be better, but you need to do that with a positive mindset. And sometimes we all have a tendency to take it from the negative standpoint. I'm telling you guys, 18 to 22-year-olds can't handle the negative side of things. And we have to, and I'm asking you guys, I'm asking for your help. We need to be more positive. I know we can play better. You know we can play better. But we've got to give these kids more positive things because we got a great locker room in there, kids that do care about each other, kids that love each other, coaches that believe in these kids, and we can't give up on them.
Hey everyone, it's Fitz with the Walk and Talk. I think you just heard the Chris Kleiman comment there. I don't think that came out quite the way he wanted it to. You know, one of the things I've always appreciated about K-Staters that I don't see at other institutions is you typically don't want homers covering your team. You don't want homers doing your play-by-play. There's a proud tradition at K-State of having fairly unbiased play-by-play guys that just call the game as they see them. I've tried to do that at GoPowercat. I've been harsh at sometimes with things. Most fans understand it, not all. You know, some people just want all the positive stuff, and you're not going to get just the positive from Tim Fitzgerald or the GoPowercat crew because that's not what I want from my guys. I want fair evaluation of what's going on in these athletic programs. I don't think Kleiman was calling for homerism. I think he was just saying, could you remind people that there are some positives here? And there are positives. He's got a point with that. They have lost to 3 teams in a row that are combined 17-2. I think you'll see my thoughts on that in Wednesday's Daily Delivery, something I recorded before I even came to this press conference, so keep that in mind when you watch it. What he's trying to foster is positivity, though. And he'll take help from anywhere he can, even if it's the media. So I get why he wants that. I really do. This team is down. They're going to fight their confidence a little bit. You can say we're going to go 1-0 today, all you want. But until you put it back on the field, until you go have an efficient performance like you did against Stanford, as crisp of a performance as I've seen from a K-State team in quite a while, against a good opponent, you're not going to fully believe in yourselves. So this team doesn't just need to win in Lubbock, and boy, it needs to win. I think we can all agree on the fact that winning is really important in this game. It's important in all games, but when you're 3-3, you've lost this many Big 12 games in a row, you know, you've lost your 3 to start the season, you better get busy winning. They also need to look good in the process. They also need to feel good in the process. They got to cut down on mistakes. You know, we had some guys come in to the media room, not many this week, which shouldn't be surprising after a loss like that. But, you know, Phillip Brooks talks about too many little mistakes. And, you know, he dropped a huge pass. He caught a touchdown pass that was significant in the game, but then dropped a pass that, frankly, he should catch and should have been a big play for K-State. All of that added up against Iowa State. Let me just say that Iowa State's better, they have better players, but I could tell that it really bugged Chris Kleiman that they were better coached on Saturday. They looked better coached, they looked better prepared, they were more mentally focused, more motivated, and if you study why Iowa State would be motivated, it makes sense, but that's hard for a coach to accept, that his team, his coaches he's selected to be on his staff were outcoached by Iowa State. There's a gap between these programs, and it looked like a big gap on Saturday despite it only being 13 points. That was a 20-point loss in my mind. It's what it felt like. It was a pretty important domination in key areas. Too many big plays given up, not enough pass rush, bad coverage. They basically did everything you needed to do if you wanted to lose. That's got to change. That doesn't just have to change when you're playing good opponents. It needs to change all the time. Got to cut down on those mistakes and start playing up to potential. And that's really the concern here, is that K-State didn't play up to potential. Because there's potential there. They've shown it. I mean, the teams they beat in the non-conference were all challenges in their own part, and K-State took care of that. Now you need to start doing that in the conference. I've said it, and I'm going to say it again. They've got to beat Tech. They got to beat TCU in Manhattan for homecoming the next week. They got to go to Lawrence and win. These 3 games are huge. These 3 games can change everyone's attitude and outlook about the program. If you can get to 6-3 with 3 to play, schedule gets tougher with the likes of West Virginia, then Baylor, and then Texas. Might be stair climbing right into the toughest games. But you have to find a way to manage that. You have to find a way to start winning these games. And you need to go out and play confident K-State football. They haven't done that really in 3 weeks. Maybe a little bit against Oklahoma, but certainly not on the defensive side of the ball. Got to get stops, got to get scores. It ain't rocket science. Just got to play better.